You alright?
How was it?
Oh, what a day. I'm glad to be home, I'll tell you that now.
I know the feeling.
Gasping for a cuppa. That's alright. You sit there, I'll make it. Did you want one? That's a silly question. When did you ever say no to a cup of tea? I'll tell you what, I'm glad we were inside for the service. Been pissing down all afternoon. Parking was a nightmare. I'd like to have a word with the bloke thought it was a good idea to build a crematorium without a car park. It's not as if they haven't got the space. No, I had to park down on Albion Road and walk up in the pissing rain. Not how I imagined the funeral, really. Sitting through it all with a damp arse. Still, all over now. There you go.
You look tired, love.
I am dog tired. Oh, well, you know what it's like. Everybody coming up to you saying they're sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for your loss. Exhausting.
Good turnout.
Aye, not half bad. The odd blast from the past. Oh, hey, I'll tell you what did annoy me. Do you remember Vera, who used to live next door?
Of course I do.
We used to see her across the fence and say, "Hello, Vera." We did laugh at the time. Don't know why, it's not really funny.
What about her?
Well, the end of the service, Helen and Jasper and the kids goes up and stands by the coffin, just to say goodbye. I managed to join them. Took me a minute or two, but anyway, we stands there, says our goodbyes, and then we all file out of the chapel as you do. Then we got to the wake, and old Vera comes up to me and she says, "Darling, oh darling, I did so love the way you all went and stood by the coffin at the end. I thought it was a really nice idea. I've never seen that before. Do you know, I thought it was very effective." Ha! Effective! Just like she were reviewing one of her bloody stage plays she's always going to.
Oh, bless her.
Effective, I ask you.
Did you do the eulogy?
I did. Don't ask me to repeat it now.
Oh, go on.
No, thank you. Once was enough.
Did you cry?
And what sort of question's that? Did I cry at my own wife's funeral?
Well, it's not a given. People deal with things in different ways.
I know they do, but to ask me that...
Well, did you?
No, actually I didn't. Oh, don't look at me like that.
Like what?
Well, it's not as though I wasn't sad. Of course it was sad. It was a funeral, wasn't it? Dead sad. But it wasn't how I thought it would be.
Oh?
Well, you know, normally when people die, it's like they're here 1 minute, gone the next. Poof. Well, that's how it was with my mum and dad. But it wasn't like that this time. Not at all. I mean, you're still here for one thing.
Perhaps it's still sinking in. It must have been a shock.
Aye, it were a shock. Of course it were a shock, coming home, finding you like that.
There was no pain, George. It was very quick.
I wish I could believe that. Oh, order of service.
Oh, I'm glad to see you kept it nice.
Well, I've nowhere else to put it, sorry. Would you like a look?
You read it to me.
Oh, all right. A celebration. Yeah, a celebration of the life of Lyn Taylor. Funny word, celebration. Makes it sound like we had balloons and party poppers.
That would have made a nice change from most funerals. Oh, you could have had cake.
Jelly and ice cream.
Played past the parcel, musical chairs.
Beer pong, strip poker.
George?
Sorry.
Go on.
All right. Yeah, the vicar said his few words of welcome and then we sang a couple of hymns.
Which hymns?
All things bright and beautiful, and abide with me.
I love all things bright and beautiful. Such a pretty tune.
Aye, that's why we chose it for you.
Abide with me's a bit of a dirge, though. Bit depressing.
Well, it was a funeral.
I'd have gone for something a bit more upbeat.
Oh, sorry. The next time I'll ask for zippity-doo-dah, shall I?
Don't be silly, George.
You said upbeat.
There won't be a next time.
Oh, don't say that, love.
It's over now. I'm dead and gone.
No, you're not.
Sorry?
Well, you might be dead, but you're not gone. You're sitting there in front of me.
Well, I had to make sure you were okay, didn't I?
Oh, that's my Lyn. Always looking after other people.
You do know, though, I don't think I can stay forever.
Oh, who needs forever? Forever's a bloody long time.
George.
You haven't touched your tea, love.
You need to be prepared.
Oh, is that rain still coming down?
George, please.
You haven't touched your tea.
I can't. I can't touch anything. I don't belong here anymore.
Better get Max his dinner. Oh. Max! Maxie boy! Dinner time! Max? Where are you, you daft animal? Lyn, have you seen Max? Bill. Condolence card. Bill. Hello. What's this then? Dear Mr. Taylor, we were sorry to blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah. As you may be aware, the council has been making plans for some time to convert properties in your area into social accommodation. And we have identified your property as highly suitable. As such, the council would be prepared to purchase your property from you at near market value. You can stick that up your pipe. A representative from the Social Housing Department will be in touch in due course to discuss the matter further. I don't think so, Sunshine. We can nip that in the bud for starters.
Thank you for calling Briggside Council Customer Services. Please listen carefully to the following options. If you're calling regarding council tax, please press 1. If you're calling regarding waste and recycling, please press 2. If you're calling regarding benefits or social housing, please press 3. If you're calling regarding parking charges, you have selected benefits and social housing. For benefits, press 1. For social housing, press 2. You have selected social housing. If you're calling regarding an existing tenancy, press 1. If you're inquiring about a new tenancy, press 2. For all other inquiries, press 3. Please hold. Your call is important to us. Please hold. Your call is important to us. I'm sorry. Our office hours are 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday
Lazy
to Thursday.
bastards! one across. Refusal to accept or a plea of innocence. 6. Refusal to accept. 1 down. Region of lower atmospheric pressure or a mood disorder. Depression. Process of negotiating a transaction. 10. Bartering. Oh, no, that's not long enough.
Bargaining.
Bargaining, that's it. Thanks, love. Morning, by the way. Fancy a cup of tea? Oh, no, you can't, can you?
Did you sleep well?
Oh, you know, the old leg kept me awake a fair bit. You didn't stick around long last night, did you? I turned round to feed the cat and you disappeared.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Some post for you over here.
Oh, you're going to have to let people know, George. There's nobody by the name of Mrs. E. Taylor living at this address anymore.
Don't start that again, please, love. I'm not in the mood today.
Why, what's the matter?
Oh, I've got a fight on my hands with the council. You haven't seen Max, have you? I haven't seen him since yesterday morning. He wouldn't come in for his dinner or his breakfast.
The council?
Oh, they're being pushy as usual. Want to buy the house from me. Well, I'm not budging. I've got 40 years of memory in this house, and I'm not letting those bastards push me out now.
They want to buy the house?
Yes, for council housing. In view of the change of circumstance, they obviously think it's wasted on an old widowed codger like me.
Well, they might have a point.
What point?
I mean, this place always felt a bit big, just for the two of us after Helen moved out.
Well, that's just maybe, but it's still the family home.
Was, George. Helen's married with kids and now I've gone. You're the only one left.
And Max, if he ever turns up.
You don't need a place like this, not just for you and the cat, do you? This would make a lovely house for a young family.
Oh, fine. Take their side.
I'm not taking sides, but you can hardly manage the stairs as it is.
I can manage.
A nice little bungalow.
I don't want a bungalow.
It would be much better for you.
That's fine then. Good to know that 40 years of memories don't mean a thing to you.
Of course they do, George. Of course they do.
Yeah.
But memories aren't bricks and mortar. They're not carpets or net curtains. That's just stuff. Stuff and nonsense. You'll always have your memories, George, wherever you end up.
Until I go senile. Look, I don't want to move, all right?
A fresh start, it would do you good.
A fresh start? You're having a laugh, aren't you? No, the only way I'm leaving this house is in a wooden box.
Like I did, you mean?
Oh, look, I didn't mean that.
Yes, you did. You've made up your mind and woe betide anyone who tries to change it. You always were as stubborn as a mule. Why can't you see? It would do you good to start somewhere new. You could move closer to Helen and Jasper.
What? And have them come round every weekend with the Tasmanian Devils? I haven't forgotten last Christmas when Tyler rode his new mountain bike over my foot. And Jake only has to look at a room for the walls to be plastered with strawberry jam.
I know they can be a bit of a handful, but they're family, George. Family's important.
Look, I've got my routines here. I know where everything is. I don't want things to change.
You can't avoid change. It's part of life.
Not my life. I'm happy as I am, and I ain't shifting.
Oh, why do you have to be so bloody minded?
And why did you have to go and fucking die? Oh, sorry.
It's fine, George.
It's not. You see, Lyn, if I move away, you won't be there.
I don't know, George. I don't know how these things work. It's either way, things are going to be different. I am going to fade.
You can't.
I don't have a choice. It's already happening. Listen to me. Really listen. My voice isn't quite the same as it was, is it? And that perfume you can smell, that's not quite right, is it, either?
Don't know, I'm not an expert on perfume.
Oh, we don't have to talk about it now. Not if you don't want to. Do you need some more help with that crossword?
No, I've had enough of that now. I better get dressed, getting ready to face the day.
George, I didn't choose to die, you know.
I know you didn't, love. I know. Yes, he's a small black and white cat. Oh, I think he's about 15 now. Answers to the name of Max. He's got our address on his collar and our phone number. He's been missing about a week. My wife and I have been very worried about him. Oh, yes, right. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Bye. That was the vets. Said they'd give us a call if somebody brings him in. That's nice of them, isn't it? Oh, I hope he turns up soon. I've missed my little mate. Do you remember when we first got him? It was your idea, wasn't it? You said a cat might help keep us company after Helen moved out. Give us something to talk about, something to look after. Oh, but he was a cute little thing, wasn't he, when he was a kitten? Little ball of fluff with ears too big for his head. I think I've got some pictures somewhere. Oh, yep, here we are. Yes, there he is. Bless his cotton socks. There's a cheeky little face. God, that must be 15 years ago now. Was I still at the bank? Oh, must have been, because I retired in 2000 and... Oh, I don't remember. But I know I started there in 69 because that was the year of the moon landing. I remember that. And I remember that you were already there when I joined, weren't you? You must have come more or less straight from school. I remember when we were getting to know each other, you used to come up to me at lunch break and ask to borrow a light. Wouldn't get away with that now. Health and safety. Oh, look, there we are. Christmas due, 1969. I forgot you used to wear your hair like that. And look at me, skinny idiot, not a care in the world. Feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it? Might as well be. Took me ages to pluck up courage to ask you out. If only I'd done it sooner. Just think of the extra time we could have had together. Well, it's easy to say that now. You don't think of these things when you're young. Our wedding day. I scrubbed up well, you said. I always thought I looked like a monkey in a suit, but you looked beautiful that day. And every other day since. Why did I never tell you you were beautiful? Such a simple thing. But I never had the time. I never made the time. Did you know that's how I saw you?
Of course I knew. And you did tell me, George, many times.
Not enough. Never enough.
Would it ever have been enough?
Oh, and you're pregnant now, expecting our Helen. Well, we didn't know what to expect, did we, girl or boy?
If it was a boy, we were going to call him James.
Hey, do you remember the cravings? You woke me up one night, 2 a.m, desperate for birds' custard. Had to be birds, you were very specific.
I don't really remember. Those 9 months were a bit of a blur.
I emptied out all the cupboards, but could I find any birds' custard? Could I, heck? And no 24-hour shops in those days. So I phoned my mum.
At 2 a.m? You must have been popular.
Well, as luck would have it, she had a tin. So I drove over there. 1 hour there and 1 hour back.
I don't remember this at all.
No, well, by the time I'd got back and made it, you were fast asleep. You looked so peaceful, I hadn't got the heart to wake you. Even for custard. Oh, and there you are, holding Helen after she was born. She always loved you, you know. As soon as you made eye contact, that was it.
She loves you too, George.
I know.
I know you two were never quite as close, but she loves you. Never forget that.
I don't know what I did wrong.
Oh, nothing, George, nothing. Every child is a little closer to one parent than the other. Just the way it is.
Was I a good father?
Yes, of course.
Was I a good husband?
Best I've ever had.
No, I mean it. Lyn, I mean it. Did I treat you well?
George, you drove 50 miles to get me a tin of custard at 2 a.m. If that's not the mark of a good husband, I don't know what is.
If only I'd treated you better. Did a little bit more round the house, cooked for you now and again. And maybe you'd have been happier, and maybe you wouldn't have gone so soon.
I was happy, George, very happy. And you can't play the what-if game. The world doesn't work like that.
I was convinced I'd go first. Couldn't see myself having to look after myself without you there. I never saw things happening that way.
We never know what's round the corner, do we?
Look, why couldn't I have gone in your place? Miserable old bastard like me. I've got nothing left to offer the world. But you're a ray of sunshine. You've got so much more you could have done.
Oh, George.
Well, I wish I'd gone instead of you. But then, this, what I'm going through now, wouldn't have wished that on you for the world. Perhaps you're better off after all.
Death isn't hard for the dead. It's hard for those left behind.
I haven't seen you for a couple of days.
I know, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I expect you're busy. Spring cleaning in heaven. The occasional haunting.
I did warn you, George. My visits are going to get fewer and further between.
I know, you're fading. Shuffling off this mortal coil, etc., etc.
Well, technically that bit's already happened. I think this is more like an aftershock, an echo.
You think? Oh, you know? Lyn, I've got to know. Is this really you? Or is it just a figment of my imagination?
You've reached George and Lyn Taylor. We're unable to take your call at the moment, so please try again later or leave a message after the tone. Thank you.
Hi Dad, it's Helen. Listen, you really need to change that message. It's a bit weird still hearing Mum's voice on there. It's been weeks now. Anyway, I'm just calling to check how you are. You've been very quiet. I was going to bring Jasper and the boys up to come and see you, but work's been manic and Jasper's got a bad case of man flu. You wouldn't think my mum had just died, what with the way everything carries on. But that's life, I suppose. A few days of compassionate leave and then all the emails have built up, you know. Anyway, give me a call when you feel up to it. Have you thought any more about moving down this way? I know you said you're not keen, but I really think you should consider it. Jasper thinks so too. Oh, any news on the cat? Anyway, must go. Speak to you later. Bye.
George? George? George, where are you? George? There you are. I've been looking all over. What's been going on?
Not much.
This is a bit of a mess, George. Can you turn that down? You've not been tidying up after yourself, have you? George, can you turn that down? Thank you. I know I've not been here for a few weeks, but you look awful.
Oh, thank you.
Is that all you've been doing? Sitting in your chair watching telly?
Well, it's just background noise. It's been very quiet round here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Any sign of Max?
No.
I thought you'd be pleased to see me. There's a lot of post on the mat. Have you not been opening it?
It's just the council getting jumpy about the house. They started ringing as well. Oh, I've stopped answering the phone.
Helen was leaving a message when I came in. Have you spoken to her?
Well, she's got her own problems. She doesn't want to deal with mine as well.
Oh, George, I'm sorry I've not been here.
It's not your fault.
No, it's not.
How could it be your fault? You're not real.
Sorry?
I worked it out a few weeks back.
Worked what out?
You're not her. You're not my wife.
I'm not following you.
Well, you're not here. You're not her ghost or a spirit or whatever. You're just in my head. I always thought I'd go loopy one day. I just didn't expect it to be so soon.
You're not loopy, George. You're perfectly sane.
Yeah, that's what hallucinations always say. Do you know what made it real for me? The fact, not that you didn't ever touch anything. That would make sense if you were a ghost, but that you never actually said anything that I didn't already know at some level. Nothing original. Ergo, you're not real. My brain's conjured you up. You're a cocktail of memories and emotions put together by my subconscious. Coping mechanism, probably. Which was all very well, until I peeked behind the curtain and ruined the illusion. Now, I'm sorry to have to say this, Lyn, but your presence here is about as comforting as a wet fish.
Well, I'm not sure what to say.
Of course you're not. You can't say anything unless my subconscious gives you a prompt.
George.
There, I knew you were going to say that.
I don't have the answer to any of this.
Nor do I. Nor do I. But as far as I'm concerned, you're gone. You've been gone since I came home and found you face down on the floor. The thing is, Lyn, I didn't just lose you once. I've lost you twice now. I'm mourning 2 wives. The real you and whatever the hell this is. Yeah.
I'm so sorry, George.
And yet you're still here, still sitting there saying you're sorry to me. Like you're replying. Don't you get it? You can go. I don't need you anymore. I know you're not real. You're in my head.
Even if I am in your head, it doesn't mean I'm not real.
Oh, don't get philosophical. Not before I've had a beer.
Now, George Edward Taylor, you listen to me. We've been married for 46 years, thank you very much. So I think I'm entitled to have my say. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what I am. Maybe I am just a fever dream. Who knows? But does it really matter?
Well, I think it does.
Either way, you're going to have to accept the fact that I've died and your life is going to be different. I'm not telling you to move on. I don't think that's very helpful. We've been in love for half a century. That doesn't just disappear. Nevertheless, things have changed. You need to grieve for me. Take my memory forward with you and get on with your life.
What life? Without you, what life?
Not without me. I'll be there, but just in a slightly different form. All those years together, you think you can get rid of me that easily? I've made an indelible mark on your heart and in your mind, and you can always carry me there. Always.
Will I still be able to talk to you?
Of course. I'll be listening.
And will you talk back?
Sometimes, when you need me to.
I'll always need you.
No, you won't. You're an amazing man, George Taylor. That's why I married you. That and your devilish good looks.
Oh, I love you, Lyn. I'll always love you.
And I love you too, you daft old sod. But it's time for me to go now. Not forever. You'll see me again, don't you worry. But time's ticking on. And I've stayed too long. Promise me you'll take care of yourself.
I promise. Goodbye, Lyn.
It's not goodbye, George.
Would you say it, though, please?
Goodbye.
Hello. Yes, speaking. You what? You found him? Oh my word. Oh, how can I? Oh, I was so worried. Is he all right? Oh, well, can I come and get him? You would? Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you. Well, see you then. Bye. Lyn, they found Max. They found him. They found my little Maxie boy. He's coming home. He's coming home. He's coming. Maxie's coming home. Yes! You all right in there, Max? No, I know you don't like it, but it's only while we're on the road. There we go. One last look round. nearly forgotten somebody. Sorry, love. Oh, this house has done us proud for the last 40 years. Sorry to see it go. But no, you're right. Nice young family just starting out. They deserve a chance. That'll be ready in a sec. No, don't worry, Maxie. You'll be with me in the car. Yeah? We'll listen to Dusty Springfield. You liked her, didn't you, love? You don't have to say you love me. I only want to be with you. And that's at our wedding, didn't we? Good times. Now, brace yourself, Maxie. You'll be seeing Tyler and Jake at the other end later, probably. Yes, I know. Don't worry, I won't let them pull your tail. They're not bad lads, really. I know they're a bit noisy sometimes, but you'll be all right. And Auntie Helen, you'll see her too, and Uncle Jasper. Yep, it'll be good to have family close by. Oh, all right then. Go on, say it. I told you so. Don't you ever get tired of being right? Hey, I just thought. I always knew you wanted to be cremated, but we never discussed what to do with you afterwards, did we? Oh, what do you want? Some people like to keep the ashes, so maybe I could put you on a mantelpiece or something? No, somehow I don't think you'd like that. I think you'd prefer to be scattered. What's the body after all? It's just a body, just stuff, stuff and nonsense. I don't need a little box on a shelf to remind me of you. I've got you in here. And here. Just like you said. Oh, here we go. Time to go. Are you there? Lyn, are you there? Of course you are, love. Of course you are.